everyone. Edna Kimble. Edna sells Century 21 Wright Real Estate, and welcome to today's episode. Our special guest today is Annelise Fowler, and you can also find her on social as Annelise Mentor. Annelise, tell us all about yourself.
I was born in Tulsa and raised north of Dallas and moved around the country and decided over the summer to relocate to Tahlequah because it's beautiful and amazing and met this lovely person here who's a great mentor in my life and got into real estate. It's been challenging.
Challenging is a good word. A good word, yeah.
But really fun, and every day is new and exciting. So I'm really enjoying the experience. Coming from a background in hospitality, I just I love meeting new people and working, in groups and going out and just seeing new things. So this is it's really exciting and fun. So
Okay, I love that. Well, let's unpack some of this. So
okay.
you have traveled extensively or lived in numerous places,
Yes.
kind of a military travel situation. Where name like the top three places that you've lived?
Nashville, Tennessee, and Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Oh, the chocolate capital of the world.
Yes.
Okay.
They take it very seriously for sure. I'm serious about my chocolate too. And in Southern California, a few spots, but Huntington Beach area, which is a big tourist attraction. We lived in and around there.
Okay. So all of these awesome locales that you've been to, very, very diverse, very different, staying in the hospitality. And so when you had the opportunity to relocate to Oklahoma, you chose Tahlequah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what are some of the standout things about Tahlequah?
Well, first and foremost, I do have some family who's here, so that was a big draw for me. But its proximity to Tulsa, to Fayetteville in Arkansas, to Oklahoma City, to Norman.
Aren't we like just centrally located? I know
Yes.
we're like northeast Oklahoma, but it's an easy get to. Does that make it like an easy get to? People say, "Where are you located?" And I'm like, "Kind of right between Tulsa and Fayetteville."
Yes.
Easy get to. Okay.
So really centrally located to those big, metropolitan areas, and then you have a lot of things here with tourism, with the rivers and with the lakes, and the downtown area is just fun and it's big enough, but it's not too big where you feel,
We're a big little town.
Yes. And all of the community like events I've just seen so much. Like everyone is involved and there's always a parade or there's always an event, that you can go to. And I really like that a lot. So
Okay, like to stay active in the community. And you've done a great job of actually attending a lot of chamber events downtown. I know you were at Ladies Night and enjoyed that. Have you had the opportunity to shop a lot of the downtown stores or locations?
I have. I've gone into a lot of the local businesses. There's I'm gonna name them
Well,
all,
some of
but
your top favorites. Let's give them a shout out. Yeah.
I would tell you I was really excited on Ladies Night because I had not been into Too Fond of Books yet, and so
yeah,
it was so great. It was a really cool experience. Actually, I think I just lied to you all. I had been in there. I'd stopped in briefly because there was a well-known author who came and, had a book signing there and shared. So I had popped by there before, but it's a really neat store. Also, there's Oasis is the natural store.
Yes, I bet that's right. Because are you vegan or you're
I
vegetarian?
am health conscious. I eat all of the things, but I do appreciate some of the more natural, like gluten-free items I can find in there. Also, I have a yoga practice
Right,
that's
right. So,
consistent. So my incense or my essential oils that are necessary, I can find in there, which
oh,
is great.
perfect. And we'll put the link down below in case you're not familiar with Oasis, because they do have food. They have, it's kind of just like a health style store.
Mhm.
Is that, yeah.
You can go in and get a smoothie. You can get your natural tea, herbal tea that you might drink in the evening.
Candles, soaps,
Yes,
lotions, just a
all
little bit of
kinds.
everything. So.
Keep for gifts too.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Absolutely, absolutely. We love Oasis. So
Mhm.
okay. So and you had mentioned that you have family here,
Mhm.
and you have family specifically in Tahlequah or just in the area?
In Tahlequah, and then all over in and around Tulsa area, which is really really close. Like I said, so I get to run over there quite a bit.
Okay. And so when you came and asked to join the team, what were some of the draws that made you want to be part of a team?
Well, just the wealth of knowledge, the collective knowledge of the group, but also, everyone on the team, but from your leadership, there's just this environment of, it's encouraging and to elevate one another, to hold each other accountable. Um, just so much knowledge there, and so I really appreciate that, and just the vibe, from everyone, that we um, help each other. There's a lot of support, and so that is so huge with.
Well, we really do work on the team culture, and we do think that that's really important. That even though we're all very, very competitive, we don't compete against each other. I mean, we do because that's part of it, but we definitely try to build each other up rather than. Okay, awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. And so, you are an animal lover or a pet owner? What is the situation there? It seems like everybody on the team has pets. So.
I do love animals. I like dogs. I've had dogs ever since I was young. All growing up, I do not currently have one living with me, but I have a chinchilla.
I was going to say, I know you have a pet. So, okay, it's a chinchilla. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
That was a bad segue. What were you going to say? No, I hate animals.
No.
She was like, I do love animals.
You're
Okay.
off the team. No.
Okay, so a chinchilla,
Yes.
which is kind of like a weasel, or
Um, maybe more in line with like a gerbil.
oh, a gerbil.
Like a large or a guinea pig is
Oh,
more,
a guinea pig. Okay.
but they're very fluffy and soft and smart. I didn't know a lot about chinchillas, and my daughter was who brought this idea of, hey, we should have one of these. Like, I don't know what that is, but it's really interesting. I've come to have a little moment with the chinchilla in the early morning. They're nocturnal though, so her, she
Active
stays
at
in a
night.
cage. Yes, very active. Sometimes I, wake up and wonder, like, oh yes, that's right. We have
The chinchilla's going crazy. So, what is the chinchilla's name?
Poppy,
Oh, Poppy. Oh, okay. Okay.
like a flower.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Not like a grandfather, but like
No.
a flower. Okay, that's funny. I knew you had a pet, but I could not remember specifically what the pet was. So I love that. And so now you've been in real estate. This is your first year.
It
How
is.
how are the results? How are you doing?
I think the results are great. I actually had my first closing
Woo!
yesterday, so one down and a couple more.
Several pending, several in
Yes.
contract. Okay. And I said first year in the business. You're in your first year in the business, but realistically, you're in your first quarter
First
of
quarter.
the business. So the first 3 months. So
Yes.
so that's pretty good to have closed one already and to have multiple in contract. So do you have some big goals for next year?
I do. I have many goals for the coming year. Some are, personal and monetary goals, and then team goals, and just the main goal is to meet my family's needs by helping other families, to get what they need. So I hope that I can help as many families as want to
Yes.
come to me, and that I can help find
And do
their
you see,
place.
coming from the hospitality industry, do you feel like there's not that much of a difference because it's still service oriented what we do?
It is, and what I did in the hospitality industry was mainly like weddings and events. So you are a part of the biggest day in someone's
Very
life.
important.
And also, I mean, memorials, all kinds of events. And so transitioning from that into real estate, this is a huge moment in someone's life, selling
It's
a home.
emotional and financial.
Yes.
That's some pretty big hitters. Yes. Yeah.
It is. And just, my heart, and I think the heart of the team, which I love that too, is really caring about each family, each individual, and knowing that it's such a huge deal and not to be taken lightly.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's typically it's the largest investment that people are dealing with at that point in their life. It also ranks in one of the top three most stressful things that people can go through, which is a move, whether you're buying or selling. So when you deal with the emotional aspect of it and the financial aspect, it's definitely we become kind of a therapist, I guess. Yeah, which I'm sure in the hospitality industry there was a lot of that also. So, but the beautiful thing is we really get to know our clients and they become our friends. And so I hate to always say our clients, because so many of them have become very dear friends. So.
yes.
You'd also mentioned that you love the challenge and how things are different day to day. The good news is no one has ever quit real estate because it was the same thing every day, right?
Right.
Yeah. So what are some of the biggest challenges that you've ran into?
Oh, I think the challenge is just meeting the need. Sometimes what someone needs is just not available.
Inventory. Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
So waiting, having the, if they have the ability to wait,
Yes.
So just crossing those hurdles, getting creative, problem solving.
Love that. Hashtag problem solving.
Yes. And I think just, making sure that everyone is educated on all of the small details, but really important factors that go into buying a home. If you're a first time home buyer, it's really important to know where your finances are, know what you can afford, get a pre approval, talk to a lender. It's not something to just jump into lightly. This is a 30-year commitment,
Yeah,
sometimes. So just education, making sure that I'm educated and that I have the ability to communicate that well to who comes in front of my desk. So.
Listen, if she wasn't already on my team, I'd hire her just because of what she just said. Education and not just for the client, but also for ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
It's so crucial for us to be the knowledge broker and help you through one of the hardest things that you're doing that's emotional and financial, because let's face it, it's a huge investment whether you're selling or whether you're buying. Either way, and having someone who has like a service background and gets that it's not about us, it's about the client. And if we take care of that client, yeah. So you've been in for a very brief period of time, but you've already had some repeat clients, right?
Yes.
Yeah, multiple and referrals.
Yes.
Yes. So I think that is how you build your business. And for those realtors of you who are listening, there's your tag. When we're talking about how to real estate, it really is about taking care of the client and the client's needs and it not being about us. Like, yes, I need one more deal to close this year for me to hit a certain specific number, but it's not in my client's best interest to have that happen. So, we back off and we do what's best for the client. And in the long run, we take care of the clients will take care of us. So I love that. Love that. So what do you do when you're not real estating? Like, where's the path when you're not real estating and chasing Poppy the chinchilla? Chinchilla?
Yes.
Okay, not Chihuahua.
No.
Chinchilla. Okay.
So when I'm not real estating, which is funny, it's so natural, and I think everybody's talking about real estate. So no matter where I am, if I'm at the grocery store or at my gym, the yoga studio, it's still real estate.
Here's the thing,
So,
when you're truly passionate about real estate, you're always real estating. And that's I think why I love it and why I've stayed with it for so long. Yeah, yeah.
but what I do, I love to be outside. That's why, I love the lakes around in town. But I also train to to be a yoga instructor. So I'm taking classes a lot, reading self improvement books. How to get better at everything, just to so that I'm sharp in all areas of my life and spend time with my family. So.
Okay. And can you see yourself ever doing this or having come into it without a team? What was your thought about that?
Um, I really don't see how I could have come into it any other way. It's very challenging, and so without guidance and support, like I've been given, I think that anyone coming into the industry, it's going to be very tough without some kind of intentional, coaching, and because you have to be all in.
Right.
This is not
Yeah.
just a
No part-time. We don't have any part-time realtors on our team. Yeah.
no, there's no just like, I'll try it out and see how it goes. It's and I knew that, when I had the opportunity presented itself how it did, and I could choose to go do something I've always done and have something consistent, or I could take a huge risk, but something that I saw. Um, I wanted the challenge. I wanted the growth, and I think it's really rewarding to do that. And I didn't know how it would turn out, but so far,
Turning out pretty
so
good.
good, and definitely yes, with a team, 1,000% not don't do it.
I didn't tell her to say that either. So
She did
okay,
it.
okay. And so, are there any books that you would recommend for maybe someone who's wanting to elevate their game, or any podcasts? What do you recommend?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just for life in general, Atomic Habits is
Oh,
huge.
my favorite.
Read it again, until you just fine tune all of those small things. And then exactly what to say for
Bill Jones, exactly what to say.
that's wonderful for the real estate business. Podcast Tom Ferry. Um, yes, absolutely. Just
Yes,
turn it
just
in
do it.
all the time, anytime you can. Just a wealth of knowledge. Again, it's wonderful. So those three things, and then there's some. I mean, I could recommend. I listen to a lot of podcasts and read a lot of books.
Yeah, yeah.
But those three, I think, if we're talking about in this market, um, definitely.
Have made the biggest difference.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can't. I just wouldn't recommend going forward without it. Put it in your backpack. You can go. So, yes.
Okay, and again, guys, the purpose of this podcast is basically to help anyone who is wanting to do anything in real estate, whether you're wanting to buy or sell, those things that will help you get to know us and see if we're a good fit to help you. But if you're a realtor or thinking about getting into real estate, these are tidbits that are priceless. I did not prep her or ask her to say any of that, but all of those things are so true, because coming into an industry where you don't know anything and asking people to trust you with their largest financial investment and not having the backup that we have on the team, that's a little concerning. So so I love that you get that, and that's why you're doing so well so quickly in this industry. So okay, so what is your favorite social platform? Where can everyone connect with you and follow you?
TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Okay. Do you have a favorite, or one that you feel like kind of gets you a little more, or?
I feel like the one that I interact with the most is probably Facebook.
Okay. Yeah.
But I love Instagram really for the business side of
Okay.
things.
Perfect.
So all of it is great. And TikTok's just a lot of fun to make videos on there and give information. But I feel like I get a lot of feedback on Facebook. So
Okay, so find
with
her on
Reels.
Facebook. She's on the other platforms too, so whichever one works for you. And then we like to ask every guest a question. We'll find out if she's been watching our podcast. So, if money was no object and you were purchasing your dream home today, what are three things that that dream home must have?
Oh, a view.
Oh, a view. Okay, so valley, water, mountains.
Water.
Water view. Okay, water view. That's a good one.
Yes. A patio that gets ample sunlight.
Okay, okay.
And a fabulous kitchen.
Okay, all about the kitchen. Are you a cook?
I am, and just bringing people together in my home, around a meal that I've made or we've all contributed to. That's the best thing. So.
That I love her dream home is really just a cool place with a view for family to come hang out.
Yeah.
So I love that. So very low maintenance kind of gal, but it is about the water view.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I love
For sure.
that. I love that. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Everyone, go and find her on social media, follow her. Please subscribe and like this podcast. And then feel free to let us know what topics you want us to handle or cover in the future, or if there's any specific guest, or if you would like to be a guest, reach out. We would love to have a chat. Thanks, everyone.